people from different lands. We're all descendants of the first man. We can be one nation facing one God, with no hatred, no envy, no war. So what a wonderful world this would be, if we all open our eyes to see He is all that we need right now, and we can all come together somewhere, somehow.
Assalamu alaikum. You're watching Bridges. I'm Rafi Abdul Malik, and as usual we're joined by Dr. Nadia Al-Fajj. Assalamu alaikum, Doctor.
Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullah.
Great. So we're actually taking a journey. We're actually looking at the beauty of the Quran. We're actually looking at the purity of the glorious Quran. Doctor, I want to actually enlighten the viewers on the noble Quran. We're taking a look at the journey. We're on a long journey. We're seeking the fruits of the Quran. We're seeking the rewards of the Quran. We're seeking the rewardness of Allah. Let's go into depth now. Let's move in this journey and let's look in the Quran.
Beautiful. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. We are still talking about the beauty and purity of Quran.
Yes.
Actually, it has no end. The beauty and purity of Quran has no end. No matter how much time we spend.
Yes.
This is the word of Allah.
Yes.
It's so beautiful, so sweet. The more we read it, the more we discover more about ourselves, the more we discover more about Allah, about His prophets, about Jannah, about paradise, and about many, many, many things. So I advise myself and others to read the Quran sincerely and with, a heart full with faith in this Quran.
Of course.
In this program, and particularly in the last 2 episodes, we talked about some aspects, just some small bits and pieces about the beauty of the Quran. I discussed, or I shared with you, part of the opening chapter of the Quran in Arabic. This is, by the way, how it looks in Arabic as you see it now. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen. Ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. مالك يوم الدين إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين. We say Ameen. For those who cannot understand what I have said in Arabic, they can go to the Quran and they can find the meaning there.
Beautiful.
They can find the meanings of the words that I have recited.
Beautiful.
They can find it in the Quran. Nonetheless, let me go quickly just to give some translation.
Yes, great.
It says, in the name of God, the merciful, the compassionate. All praise be to God. All praise is due to God. All praise be to God, the Lord of the worlds. All universes, all things, all creatures are created by who? By Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. The merciful, the compassionate, master of the day of judgment. You alone do we worship. Again, the concept of worship.
Yes.
We find it in this beautiful chapter as you see there.
Exactly.
إِيَّاكَ نَعْبُدُ وَإِيَّاكَ نَسْتَعِينُ. That we worship you alone. Yes. Let me go to the translation. You alone do we worship, and you alone do we turn to for help.
Yes.
So if we need help, we go to who?
Allah.
To Allah. We turn to Him alone. Guide us. Guide us. We ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to guide us all to His true path.
Inshallah.
This is what I have just I have told you about, that this is a book of guidance. And it tells us at the beginning here that we seek guidance from who? We seek guidance from Allah.
Yes.
Subhanahu wa ta'ala, glory be to Him.
Yes.
Guide us. Guide us. And this is the book through which we can find guidance from Allah, because this is the word.
Exactly.
This is the guidance of Allah.
Very short, Doctor, but full of knowledge, full and in-depth knowledge. Very short verse, but to the point.
Great. It goes on. Guide us to the righteous way. So we need to go to Allah through the righteous way. The way of those on whom you have endowed or bestowed your grace. Not the way of those who earn your wrath, nor of those who go astray. This is the opening chapter. It is a very beautiful chapter. And then we can go to another beautiful verse that we have discussed previously, just to remind our dear viewers that we have discussed this in the previous episodes. Forgiveness and salvation. Allah tells us in the Quran, أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم قل يا عبادي الذين أسرفوا على أنفسهم لا تقنطوا من رحمة الله قل يا عبادي, O my servants, O my servants who have committed acts against themselves, do not despair of Allah's mercy. This is again how the Quran sounds so beautiful.
Of course.
If we recite it in a certain way, it's so beautiful.
Magnificent.
So let me go back to that type of recitation. The Quran says, بعد أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم قل يا عبادي الذين أسرفوا على أنفسهم لا تقنطوا من رحمة الله إن الله يغفر الذنوب جميعا إنه هو الغفور الرحيم. This is how we recite the Quran. It's so beautiful. You feel it.
Yes.
Translation. Say, O my servants who have committed acts against themselves, do not despair of Allah's mercy. Indeed, Allah forgives all sins, for it is He who is the ever forgiving, the merciful.
Subhanallah.
Another beautiful verse. Justice. O you who believe, those who believe in Allah,
yes,
stand out firmly for Allah as just witnesses, and let not be hatred of a people, let not the enmity of any people turn you or make you unjust. Be just. So we're discussing this concept in the last episode. Be just.
Yes.
That is next to piety. It's very close to piety.
Yes.
To righteousness, to God-fearing, and fear Allah. We have to fear Allah.
Okay.
Not to do bad things, not to commit sins. Allah is watching us. Allah is the all-knowing, the all-seeing, the all-aware. Nevertheless, if we make or commit a mistake, let's go back.
Yes.
Don't despair. As the previous ayah told us, لا تقنطوا من رحمة الله. Don't despair of the mercy of Allah. For Allah forgives all sins.
Of course.
Back to the verse. That is next to piety. And fear Allah. For Allah is well acquainted. Wow. Just imagine. Just think about it. Oh my goodness. For Allah is well acquainted with all with all that you do.
Yes.
Everything that we do, any word, any action, any thinking, any idea, any, you name it.
Exactly.
Allah knows about it.
We can't hide from Allah. We can't deceive Allah. Allah is forever knowing.
Subhanahu wa ta'ala, glory be to Him, the Almighty God.
Yes.
Let's go to another beautiful verse from the Quran, equality.
Yes.
The Quran tells us that all people are equal.
Subhanallah.
The Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, in addition to that, in addition to what the Quran told us, he also told us that we are all equal. All mankind. Let's
Yes.
go to the Quran. All
Yes.
mankind. Ya ayyuhan nas. Indeed, we have created you from a single From a single male and female, and made you people and tribes that you may come know one another. Indeed, the most noble of you in the sight of Allah is the most righteous of you. Indeed, Allah is all-knowing. Allah is knowing and acquainted.
Magnificent.
So, all mankind, Allah created us from a single male and female, from a single pair,
Yes.
from male and a female, and made us into people and tribes. What for? That we come to know each other,
Yes.
not to despise each other, not to hate each other, not to put down each other. This is the beautiful
The
teaching
essence.
of the Quran, to
Subhanallah.
love each other,
Of course.
to come together. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, loves those who go back to Him.
Yes.
The most noble of you in the sight of Allah is the most righteous of you. This is the standard.
Yes.
This is
Magnificent.
the criterion.
Yes.
Not being an Arab or a white man or a black man, not being a person from the West or from the East. The best among us in the sight of Allah is the most, righteous.
Yes.
She or he is most God-fearing and most
Magnificent.
righteous.
Magnificent. Well, thanks very much for that, Doctor. We'll continue after the short break. Stay tuned. We're just going to take a quick break. Assalamu alaikum.
Such different people from different lands. We're all descendants of the first man.